Hi, welcome to Easy Chinese. We know you might need to take a trip to China, or you might need to just know some Chinese words, so we're here to teach you. And today, we're going to teach you some words that you need to call someone over, for example, if you'd like to buy something, or just to be polite in society. Because in China, politeness doesn't depend on please and thank you. Whether something is polite depends on what you call the person, the word you use to address the person. The politeness and the respect is in that word.
Yeah.
Our first word is 先生.
先生 is an address for men.
Yeah, it's a bit like Mr. in English. When you say Mr. Jones, in Chinese that would be Jones 先生.
Yeah.
It's put at the end, not at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So now you know what to call someone who's a man. How about a woman? Well, women are more complicated. But for example, if you're in a restaurant and there's a waitress there, the proper way to address the waitress is to call her 小姐. Xiao is a combination of she and ao, and it's not too hard. Xiao. And then jie is G and E, jie.
Yes. So together it's pronounced as 小姐.
So now you know what to call a young woman, but what would you call an older woman? 小姐 is like miss, usually not very old. But if you have an older woman, you can learn this word. It's called 女士.
Yeah. 女 means female. 女士 it means lady.
If you try to say u and e at the same time, yu, then maybe you'll get close. 女士. So you've now learned Mr. and you've learned the equivalent of Miss, 小姐, and you've learned 女士, which means lady, a polite form for an older woman. Let's talk about some other words that have been used, especially if you need to call a clerk over. You want them to help you buy something if you're buying something in a store or a hotel. So if you want to call someone over, in English we say miss or excuse me. But in China they might say 师傅. 师傅. So it sounds like the English word 师傅. Fu is easy.
Yeah. So in Chinese we pronounce this as 师傅. And also it's something very local. Local Chinese people say that, and that's very casual, not very formal.
The most important words we've taught you, and the ones you really, really need to say, are 先生 and 小姐.
Yeah. And the feeling of those words are the feeling of respect, politeness, and being formal. So if you're in a hotel, I believe that you will use 先生 for calling a man, or a waiter, 小姐 for calling a lady, young lady, or a waitress.
Just remember, when you come to China, the culture is different. And when you're in a different culture, you need to understand where the politeness is embodied. Politeness for us in the West happens in please and thank you. Here in China, your politeness depends on what you call people. 先生, 小姐, 师傅, 女士, these things. In our next program, we're going to talk more about that, because we all like to be polite, and we all like to do a good job being a good ambassador for our country when we go overseas. And so politeness is very important. If you know these words, you can be polite in China. See you next time.
Goodbye.
Bye.
And thank you for watching.